Well, hey folks, thanks for staying through morning break. We're pretty excited about our next announcement. So earlier this year we rolled out a new product we're calling Chargent Terminal. So classically we have been a card not present company dealing with the e-commerce gateways as I discussed earlier. And we just got a lot of customer demand to be able to actually take a credit card face to face. And so, like many of the product innovations here, we're led by our customers, and that's what we did here. So, what is Chargent Terminal? Well, it's a device. You can see it here on this on the table that you can take payments with really anywhere. So, it is 3G or 4G compatible or Wi-Fi compatible as well. And basically, we saw customers really wanting to do this to help reduce their card processing fees and be able to take payments in a face-to-face model. So we were hearing from a lot of nonprofits that wanted to be able to take cards, but also retail establishments is really kind of primarily who we were hearing from. We were also hearing from everybody that they wanted to be able to take a bunch of different types of payments. So you can certainly swipe cards, you can do EMV or DIP payments. It also supports Android and Apple Pay out of the box, which I believe will also I believe Samsung Pay is an extension of Android Pay, but I don't know that for a fact. Don't hold my feet to the fire on that one. The device can also help you take paper check and take cash as well. And so what are the typical use cases we're seeing? So far we have a customer using this in hospitality when they go to check in on a Friday night for a stay. They authorize a payment, and then when they're done using the facilities for the weekend and go to check out, they can pull whatever the amount is that was owed. We've got a couple of medical clinics using it, so you go in and need to pay a copay. You can use the Chargent Terminal for that. One of our kind of big Chargent Terminal customers is a pretty sophisticated retailer that does very customized builds for their customers. And so you actually go into Salesforce CPQ and put all of those details in, and then the payment comes through the Chargent Terminals we're going to show today. It would also work really well for a standard retail environment. Today the use case is, the model that we use, the process we use is it does have to initiate from Salesforce. So not perfect for every single retailer, but anybody that's got a portfolio or a folio that they're building a shopping cart, not kind of a traditional e-commerce shopping cart, but if you're basically doing all that in Salesforce, we're probably the most logical extension of that. So if you're a retailer doing business in Salesforce, we're very logical. The Chargent Terminal is a very logical extension of that. Finally, the other thing we're seeing traction in is field service teams. So you go to a customer's house and they ask for a change, say you're a water heater installer and you show up and they need some extra cable run or they need some extra pipes run or something like this, you can actually make that charge and take it right there on the 3G network as well. So those are some of the things that we're seeing. So I'm going to show you a couple other pieces here in Salesforce, and then we're going to jump right to the device. Just when you go to set up Chargent Terminal, I actually had to do it the other day to get this demo going. It's actually super simple. So one of the things that we're focused on from a product dev standpoint is really making the installation and setup very plug and play, very quick and very click to configure, keeping it very quick for you, we hope. And this is really our first test point that we did this with. It's really just kind of like click through to get everything set up and get that pad associated with Chargent. So we're pretty happy with how slick that goes. I'm not going to go through it all again here at the moment. So two things. I want to jump over and just show you this real quick. So one of the things that we're excited about with Point is that they've actually got a pretty sophisticated, they call it Point HQ. So Point is the name of this device. It's the Point Smart Terminal. It's the only device we support today, and it's the only device we're ever going to support. So we're not now in the business of doing all these different hardware terminals. We support this one device. Today we do not sell the device. You would get the device from your payment processor, and then we integrate to that device. But one of the things that comes with it is this nice looking Point terminal that they use. And so you can see a couple of different things. I doubt you can read that super well back there, but there's actually, this one right here is actually a physical check that I inputted into the system last night when I went to make a payment. I was running through some tests. But I can also see if it was an EMV card or if it was a swipe card whatever. I can see all that right here, and I can also go through and see my sales and all my reporting. So it's really quite slick. I've been really impressed with the point system as we've worked through this. So back on the Chargent side, so for those of you that are Chargent customers already, you'll notice this Chargent order, very common part inside of our system. And you'll notice a couple of other things here. So actually, when I click this button, we're going to switch over to the other side. But all I need to do here in Salesforce is click Auth with Point. It's going to bring up this new page here. And then we're going to shift over as soon as it shows the page. All right, so we're going to shift over now. So it's still running through some little hello screen thing here. Oh, there we go. There we go. So here you can see on my screen I've got the check mark, the Android Pay check mark. Now it's asking me for a signature. I can click through on that. And then this is where I could choose to send myself the, where I can choose to send myself the receipt. I guess we still got the screen up. I'll show you real quickly that we just got the text message receipt in. And so if I look here, I've been testing this a few times, so I see a couple of different options there. But as a customer, I could just click through, and now I see my, now I see the same experience we saw a moment ago, how much we charged.